Today is an epic day because not only have we arrived in the year 2025, but it's the first week of 2025 and it'll be my first fishing trip of 2025, and I'm going fly fishing. Well, that might not be exactly tremendous news, but the wind outside is 40 miles an hour, gusting to 50 miles an hour, and then just for good measure it's raining. And to be fair, the rain, being a positive person, the rain is sort of a bit misty, spitty, fine rain, but we are expecting proper rain. And I'm going to be at the fishing lake in about 20 minutes or so. The sky is definitely looking like rain, so it's going to be challenging. Can you hear that noise? That's the noise of heavy rain on the roof of the car. I've arrived at the lake on such a glorious day. I can't understand why there's no one else here. I think they're all lightweights. I got soaked just opening the gates and one thing or another. So I guess I need to put my wet weather gear on and get down, unwrap the boat, head out into this misery. I'm not sure how much film I'm going to be able to do because it's absolutely tipping it down. Well, this is a bit spooky. I've just got out of the car, the rain stopped, the wind's dropped, and from all the films I've seen, this kind of means I'm in the eye of the storm and it's about to get a lot worse. Well, I'm trying to travel pretty light. That said, it's very, very wet underfoot, and just need to watch where I'm going. And there's the lake, full of promise. I'm not going to be cold, I don't think. I've got heated socks on, that sort of wimp I am. I've got goodness knows how many layers. I shouldn't get wet either because I've got waterproofs on. The only thing that's likely to make me come back is not catching any fish. Right, I think I'm almost certainly going to tackle up on land here because I've got a 4-piece rod, so each bit is very light, and if I put either of them, any of them down, they're going to be gone. Let's get this rod set up. So 4-piece rod, a Gray's 9-foot 8 weight. Certainly not going any lighter in these conditions. Let's speed this up and play some soothing music. Right, this is where the rubber hits the road, as they say. This is where reality sets in. No going back. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. We have the lake to ourselves. So let's make the most of it. Head up. It's not the sort of water you want to fall into. It's 6 degrees. So let's get some line out. Let's strip in the fishing sense. I know where I want to be, and I certainly don't want to do that. And this is the trouble with fishing in high wind. Guess what? I seem to be caught around something else now. Not quite sure what. That has gone round the prop. I don't know how, because the prop wasn't turning, but it's gone round, and I'm going to have to take the outboard off. Look at that! That's my line. And the leader. And the bit that goes between the line and the leader. How did that happen if the engine wasn't turning? It must have been turning then, and why? Because you didn't turn it off. Right, now clean it all out, put it all back, and don't do it again. So the line's out of the outboard. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to retrieve this leader. I think I might have to, not even sure I'm going to be able to retrieve this line, but I've got more chance of retrieving the line than I have the leader. So one minute you're minding your own business, trying to get your tackle back together, and the next thing you notice out of the corner of your eye something coming into view, and it turns out to be a dirty great big pontoon, and you think to yourself, that wasn't there a minute ago. Anchor must be drifting. I tell you what, I'll put down 2 anchors and see if that helps. I sure hope it does. Well, I'm someone who always looks on the bright side of life, so as a result of that little debacle, I've now moved so I'm in the right angle to cast where I want to cast to, into a little bay. My outboard has now got some old nylon that was underneath the prop removed. I've now got a shiny new leader on, and we're good to go. And the rain has stopped, and I've just remembered that on the way here I bought a sausage roll. Well, I'm in somewhere where in my mind this would be the perfect place to fish in these conditions. Fishing into a bay where the fish would be holed up. I've been fishing here for about 15 minutes. I've used a black Montana, I've used a green flash or blue flash damsel. I've caught absolutely nothing. I've not even had a bite, so it's time to move. And I know just the place to go in these conditions. So we have arrived. This is a really powerful electric outboard. I've got a freshly charged battery, but when I left the last place I was fishing in, I was making no progress whatsoever. So what I had to do was to zigzag across the lake like I was sailing, and I've eventually arrived where I need to be. And guess what? It's even windier and even more exposed than the last place. This is to give you an idea. I don't really think this does justice to how rough it is here. This probably looks like a swimming pool or something, but it is very, very, very rough. Not to mention cold. Very, very cold. But we are determined to do everything we can to put a fish on camera on the boat. just remembered I've got a cup of tea. Well, I can't feel my hands. Everything else is fine. I've got heated socks on. But I can't feel my hands. It's pulling the line through my hands, and the water temperature is 4.7. So I have a cup of tea. I've actually got a hand warmer somewhere. Can't really warm your hands on the outside because this is freezing cold. Because it's insulated. So I keep moving. The trouble is, every time I want to anchor, by the time the anchor's gone in, I've drifted to a different position. So it's really hard to fish where you want to fish. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a moan. There's a moment when you think it's time to go, and then you think, why is my line so heavy? This wind's really, really heavy. And it is a very heavy, strong wind, but on this occasion it was a fishy wishy. I mean, it's almost like breakers here. Can't. Oh, crumbs. It literally is. It's so windy, it's sort of flying along the surface. Right, net. Net. Why is the net never where you want it to be? Don't panic. I have the net. That's the fish. The fish is over there. The net's so big that when I lift it up, the wind takes it. Where's the fish gone? Any idea where the fish is? Oh, here it is, right under me. A rainbow trout with my blue flash dazzle. It's getting a bit crazy. The landing net just went flying off. Everything that isn't sort of tethered down in the boat is in danger of flying off. The camera tripod has already been backwards, and I just caught it. Oh boy. By the way, that really clever thing I did with the line around the propeller, I did that again. I've no idea how I managed to think I've turned the outboard off and I haven't. Oh. Why is this line not going through? Ah, there's a knot. A wind knot. Who would have thought you'd get a wind knot on a day like this? Oh boy, come on. Oh. Right. I need to calm down with a gulp of lukewarm tea. Oh, that was exciting. Ooh, I think I've got somewhere in my many layers, in my coat of many layers, an apple, sausage roll, cup of tea, apple, fish, 2025, what's not to like? So at this point, that thing where you look out of the corner of your eye and see, hello, that shouldn't be there, and you realise that you've drifted again, and even though you've got two anchors out, you're stuck in the reeds. Fortunately, there's no danger to anyone here. I'm just in the reeds, I'm pinned in the reeds, but if I can push out, I can then drift down, and there should be enough depth of water for me to lower the outboard and motor out of danger. The problem is that I've got to stick the oar into the mud, and I've also got the problem that it's so flipping windy that you can't really hear yourself think. So I'm going to have to get the oar out, stick it in the mud, and hope that it doesn't get stuck in the mud. That's the other thing that I'm really good at. Well, after all the antics on the water, to actually wind the boat in, it feels like a bit of light relief. So we've been up and down the lake. We've caught the outboard twice with our fishing line and managed to release it both times. We've caught a trout. We've been pinned against the bank twice and lived to tell the tale. It didn't rain as much as it was supposed to, which was a blessing. The wind was certainly stronger than I thought it would be, but that's fine, because here we are, and we've got a trout to take home to cook, and hopefully for the rest of 2025 this will be like you should have been there in January 2025 if you want to know what bad weather is. So we're done.